6 from Werdum.
And this has been the counter shot right there to the chin. Stopping the takedown, countering with that knee, and also countering with just tight punches on the inside.
Antonio Silva is enjoying it. Maybe he's relishing it, saying, you know what, I don't care who wins this fight. I'm ready to take either of these guys on. I like what I see.
We're ready for the final round. Alistair Overeem, Fabricio Werdum. Fabricio Werdum looks like he's been winded since late in the first round.
Third and final, gents. Come on. Right back to me. Right back. Okay, third and final. You ready to fight? You ready to fight? Bring it on. Come on.
Less than a minute of the opening round was contested on the ground. In round 2, much more even. And here Werdum again feeding Overeem.
Good counter right hook there. And another one.
How do you have it after 2 rounds, Frank?
I think Overeem's running away with it so far, but he's getting tired now. That's starting to concern me.
Overeem, Frank, so strong.
He's strong, but he's doing a lot of power moves, and that costs a lot of energy. This is a position I did not expect to see him in. Wrist control. There, go.
Oh, Werdum trying to roll through and
monkey roll.
Monkey roll.
Catch as catch can.
Seen a little bit of monkey business in this fight, actually. Werdum just wanting it on the ground, and he gets hurt again, but yet he uses that to pull guard. I don't know if it's the smartest strategy to take shots like that.
He's punching first, though. That's what's keeping him in the game. As long as he keeps striking, he can jump to that every time. Overeem comes with a counter.
With a hard counter before or after.
There's no other way.
Yeah.
Overeem's puffing now. Look at him. He's puffing.
Well, Overeem said he wanted to use this tournament to make a statement while he's controlling this fight. Not exactly the fireworks that fans here in Dallas anticipated.
Overeem had a 4-month training camp for this. He said he's the biggest, longest, strongest camp you've ever had, but he's winded. I can see him puffing from here.
The reason it was so long is because there was talk that they would meet in April, but here it is taking place in June, a month that's been very good to Fabricio Werdum. Of course, last June, shocking Fedor, and again, here's the monkey business I'm talking about.
And that's been the theme of this fight. Nice right hand by Werdum.
The funny thing is, Werdum is connecting on Overeem like he's scoring. And I don't know if it's just Overeem not respecting his striking power, lulling him into his false sense. He's got to be very careful. Overeem's been knocked out before.
And Overeem's just power punching. He's not doubling up. He's just looking for power punches every single time.
6 of his 11 losses have been via form of KO for Overeem. And the last time he was knocked out, none other than Sergey Haratonov, who of course is in the tournament. And in fact, Haratonov lost to Werdum in Pride via split decision, but holds a KO win over Overeem. And more I see of the tournament, the more maybe Haratonov may not be a dark horse after all. He and Barnett, very intriguing semifinal matchup. And again, Antonio Silva, I think, has to like what he sees out of these two guys in terms of what he can do to impose his will and skill. I don't know if I'm impressed with either of these two guys tonight, Frank.
Well, this is a tough matchup. I mean, stylistically very, very tough. And they both burned a lot of energy.
Conditioning is key.
1:28 to go in the third and final round. And the fans start to chant, stand them up.
Not exactly what you want to hear in the main events in the quarterfinal rounds. Overeem needs to get more aggressive here.
And Werdum just should start turning those hips and changing angles. He's got good wrist control. He's in good position to start flowing those holds.
A minute to go. In the third and final round of the Strikeforce World Grand Prix quarterfinal bout between Alistair Overeem and Fabricio Werdum. And this is not what we thought we'd see.
Nope.
There's some arm control.
And Overeem has got to go for it. Yeah,
he's got to go for it. He's got to get the legs up. He's got to start turning those hips, give his back, do something.
And Overeem will stand Werdum up once again with 30 seconds remaining in the round.
And then credit Werdum. He is taking Overeem shots. He's marked up his face, but he's showing a lot of grit.
I think in the striking, he's landing more in the striking.
Exactly, in this round.
Now some blood coming out of the nose of Alistair Overeem.
There's a leg lock. Knee bar.
7 seconds.
Knee bar, but the knee's getting past the groin.
Werdum threw more strikes and landed more strikes in that third round, but not the main event that we had hoped for here in Dallas. And Valentine Overeem seems to be content, of course, coming off a disappointing loss early, but having got his brother Alistair into martial arts at 15 and watching him become the Strikeforce heavyweight champion, the K1 World Grand Prix champion, but after a scintillating 2010, not exactly the start to 2011 that we expected from Alistair Overeem, and for Fabricio Werdum, just couldn't solve the size, and while he got it to the ground, was unable to do much.
Nah, I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get a finish out of it, but...
Let's take a look at the numbers here, Frank, in terms of fight time. And again, 8:04 in the stand-up, very, very close. And they were each in their own respective domains and unable to do much. I mean, Overeem did hurt Werdum for the majority of the fight, and I think that's why he will take this 30-27. But again, if you're Alistair Overeem, are you impressed with your performance?
I kept to say no. I mean, especially as big as he talked and as big as he was coming.
And how much is at stake in this tournament?
I think it's going to give these guys confidence.
Especially so.
Good back and forth here. Good back and forth. And you know what? Werdum was really starting to come on in the striking area. As Alistair fatigued out, he was only one punching it. He was only power punching it. Werdum coming with combinations, reaching, good balance, good center, and following up that knee. A couple of those knees landed on Overeem, and I wonder if some of those knees tired him out. But Overeem did not finish with the strength he thought he would, that we thought he would. This is a tough bout. A good position. I mean, going for it all the way to the end for Fabricio Werdum. He had a heel hook and knee bar combination. That foot right there from Alistair Overeem, keeping that hold from actually happening, and time ran out.
All right, here with the official decision, once again, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Doc Hamilton, scores the bout 29-28. Judges Cecil Peoples and Kerry Hatley both score the bout 30-27. All 3 in favor of the winner. Continuing to the semifinals in the Strikeforce Heavyweight World Grand Prix, the Demolition Man, Alistair Overeem.
All right, champ, congratulations, first of all, are in order, and you were not willing to play the ground game with Fabricio Werdum, and you showed that early on.
As you know, Fabricio is one of the best grapplers in the world. I consider him the best grappler in MMA, so we don't want to play with him on the ground.
Did he hurt you with any of his shots?
Nothing. He just felt a little bit unpredictable, going for the stand-up. I predicted him to only go for the takedowns.
And how was this fight different for you than when you faced him in 2006?
Like I said before, 40 pounds of whoop-ass difference.
All right, you're moving on to the semifinals. Your opponent may be very similar to Fabricio Werdum. Can you discuss getting ready to move on to the next round?
Well, John Silva's next. I'm going to be ready for him too.
All right, champ, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Let's go cage side. Mauro Ranallo and Frank Shamrock.
So let's take a look at the CompuStrike statistics, Frank, from the main event. Take us through the numbers.
Wow, for me it was about takedowns. Werdum, 3 out of 12. He got it down a couple of times, but he worked really, really, really hard. 1 submission attempt. I mean, obviously 0 submission attempts from Werdum, from Overeem. And the other thing I want to look at here is Werdum threw a lot of punches. Standing strikes, 48% landed at 69 out of 145. He punched, he kicked, he wrestled, but it just wasn't enough.
Now here's a look at an entertainment special event coming up on Showtime.